Hey everyone, Jeff here from Films at Home, and today we're going to swing into the world of Wayne's World in this 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray review. Hey everyone, so thanks for coming back to the channel today for this 4K review of the 30th anniversary edition of Wayne's World. Now, this actually came out almost a year ago, last November 2022, but I totally overlooked it, and I think a lot of other people did too, because they put out a 30th anniversary steelbook in February of 2022, and just a few months later in November, this 4K came out, and I'm not sure a lot of people double dipped, but it recently went on sale for $9.99. That's when I grabbed it, so now I want to review it for you all. So to start, a little bit about the movie itself. I think this is one of the classic comedies of all time. It's one of the most quotable movies of all time. Dana Carvey and Mike Myers are an excellent duo. Excellent. And, you know, even though it was based on an SNL skit, this might be the best SNL movie that ever got made. Is that a hot take? I think it's probably the best SNL movie that ever got made, because there have been some real stinkers out there, and this one still holds up today. I recently watched it and I still had a ton of fun with it. It's still very quotable, it's still very funny, and if you haven't seen it in a long time, this is a great way to re-watch it because the 4K looks great. So the 4K visuals here, they've clearly had some work done to them over what was previously available on Blu-ray. The 30th anniversary Blu-ray did give a little bit better presentation than old Blu-rays that were out there, but taking this to 4K with HDR and Dolby Vision just takes it that next level forward. You also get 4K resolution. That clarity is much better. The sharpness is much better. It has a real nice filmic look and feel to it, which is everything we want. It's not scrubbed down. It really looks about as good as this movie probably could look. I can't imagine doing much more work on Wayne's World just because of the movie it is and because of the way it was shot. And this is probably the best. This is the best we've ever seen it. And one of the most impressive things to me, really, because the 30th anniversary Blu-ray was solid, is the HDR. It really does help you take the next step. If you've got a really nice TV, you got an OLED TV, a QLED, mini LED, one of these nice higher end TVs that do a great job with HDR and that color gamut, you're gonna have a really good time with Wayne's World because it really does pop. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, and I say it myself, HDR made the image pop, but there's a really big difference here between Blu-ray and 4K that honestly I don't always see, especially when there was a recent remastering done. And so for $10 that I bought this for, this is a well worthy upgrade, and definitely is about as good as you can expect from this movie, about as good as it's ever looked, and it's going to give you a great 4K visual on your home theater. Now, when it comes to the audio, there's actually two really cool things with this. One is that it has a Dolby Atmos track, and while it's not the most dynamic track in the world, and a lot of this is fairly front heavy, there are some great musical moments. Bohemian Rhapsody has never sounded as good as it does here in Dolby Atmos on this 4K disc of Wayne's World. So I really liked the Atmos. I thought it enhanced everything from dialogue to just some of those musical scenes really rock hard now. And, you know, even though there isn't much going on surround-wise, height-wise, there's just enough, and I appreciate them putting Atmos on this disc. It's certainly not a movie that, like, I think about and I go, ooh, I really want that in Atmos. But when it's done right, Atmos isn't always about just the loudest and most dynamic, you know, biggest movies. It really can help even smaller movies like this that are, you know, definitely on a smaller scale, are more dialogue driven. It can even help them just balance everything a lot better. Music sounds better, dialogue sounds better, every effect sounds better, every swing sounds better, every party on dude sounds better. It's a really, really good track, and although it probably wasn't absolutely necessary, it's always great to have the best. So, you know, AV, 4K is great, audio, Dolby Atmos is great. For $10, this was a steal. Now, I said there's two cool audio things, and the other really cool audio thing is that they've finally fixed the Stairway to Heaven scene.
Hey, No stairway. Denied.
This was like an iconic scene from Wayne's World. But if you've watched it recently on a whole lot of home video releases, if you've watched it on TV, on streaming services, they took out the Stairway to Heaven part in the Guitar Store because I believe it was because they didn't have the rights to the song. So when it originally came out, yeah, they had the rights lapsed, they had to put a different song in. It's back now. So it's actually back to its original form, and that joke lands a lot better when they're actually playing Stairway and not just playing the generic song that they had been put in for so many years. So this is actually like the original movie with the original sound that you would expect, even though it's a very tiny portion of the movie. It's a pretty iconic moment, and it's finally fixed. So that was a fun audio moment that they fixed here as well. Now for packaging, we get this nice 30th anniversary glossy slipcover. Nothing too crazy. I actually kind of liked the 30th anniversary Blu-ray steelbook, but on the inside, just the 4K disc, so no Blu-ray here. You do get a digital code, which should redeem in 4K. And then for special features, it's, I would say, on the lighter side, especially for an anniversary release. You've got a commentary by director Penelope Spheris. You've got an extreme close-up, which is just a short little featurette on the movie, and then you've got a theatrical trailer. So really, if you take the commentary out of it, total length of special features here is pretty short. I like having a theatrical trailer, but you basically have one featurette. Now, better than what Warner Brothers has been doing recently, where they're not putting any special features, but definitely a little bit on the light side, which is maybe why the price dropped on this. And for $10, I think this is a really solid buy and a really solid upgrade, considering that lack of special features. So overall, Wayne's World is maybe not a movie that everybody needs to upgrade to 4K. It's a comedy. It's not the most visually interesting movie. It's a fun, goofy comedy. But if you're a fan of Wayne's World, if you're a fan of these two, SNL, if you like 90s comedies, of which I really like some more 4K masters, especially like Sandler stuff. Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison, or Little Nicky just got finally a Blu-ray from Shout Factory. But there's a lot of that type of stuff floating around out there that even 8 Crazy Nights doesn't have a Blu-ray. So that type of comedy doesn't usually get this treatment. So if you enjoy that, you want 4K, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, absolutely the best AV presentation that you can get of this film, and it probably will not get any better, then you can go pick this one up. I don't know if it's still on sale, but it was $9.99, and I'd expect this to hover back and forth between, maybe that $10 to $12 price point in the future. So wait for a sale if you want it, but $10 is a steal for this movie and this transfer. If you do want to pick it up, I'll throw a link down in the description and in the pinned comment. That'll link over to Amazon, which helps support my channel, so I appreciate that very much. As always, if you want to follow along here on the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video, and like this video so we can spread the word about physical media to others out there on YouTube and the world. And if you want to follow me on social media, those links will be in the description. There's also new links on my YouTube channel. You can see all types of different links, way more links than they ever had before. And if you're watching on a TV, you can pull out your phone, scan the QR code right here, and that's going to take you to all of my social media links, all of my partner links, things you can get like promo codes through my channel. So I appreciate the support there. All of that is also in the video description as well. So thank you for watching this review. I definitely recommend Wayne's World on 4K for the right price, which is about $10 to $12, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So thank you for watching this review. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I'll talk to you soon.